Very good day to one and all present here. I'm Kia Pucholi, a first year student studying biotechnology in VIT Vellore. This is my presentation for DA3 of Technical English, Product and Process Description. The idea of a product that I've come up with is a software, it's a prototype that combats the problem of drug development and delivery. In our country, there are a lot of medicines that are being developed that fail their third or fourth clinical trials. A lot of money that has been spent in making these medicines goes to waste when they complete the trial at the earlier phases but fail at the later phases. To combat this problem, I've come up with the idea of a software called Spike software that helps you in determining the efficacy of a medicine before it is pushed to trial. The abstract of this is that Spike prototype is a bio-inspired design of protein-protein interaction. The prototype will house the databases of all the existing drugs that are being used in the country, the human genome sequence of our body, and the protein sequences of every drug existing with the success rates that they have had in the clinical trials. How Spike works is that it allows the user to enter a protein sequence of the drug that is being developed into its system. Spike will then compare the protein sequence of the new drug with all of the existing drugs' protein sequences. It will create similarities or dissimilarities depending upon the protein sequences between the existing drug and the novel drug. Let's say that a drug that is being developed has higher similarities with a previous drug that has had a success rate of above 30% in phase 4 clinical trials. It would suggest that the drug that is being developed by the pharma company would also have higher success rates because of similarity with the previous drug. If a drug has similarity with an existing drug that has had success rates, let's say about 10%, then you will know that the drug that you are developing would need to be worked upon and should not be pushed to trial. Hence, the money that would have been spent in phase 1 and phase 2 trials would be saved as the drug will be improved before it is pushed to trial. Software, it is a Spike software is a software that compares the input protein sequences of a novel drug before the trial takes place to the protein sequence of an already existing drug and the developing drug's compatibility with the human genome. Since Spike software has the database of the human genome within its system, it will have an idea of how the drug that you are developing would interact with the human body. Hence, it will predict the efficacy as well as a rough result of what the drug would bring about when it is being used on humans. It would drastically help us in saving time as well as money in clinical trials. Once the protein sequence of a drug being developed is entered into the software, Spike compares it to other proteins in various drugs, creating a similarity profile and a profile of how the drug will interact with the human body. How the drug interacts with the human genome will be predicted by the software, since any drug that has less than 35% efficacy or compatibility has to be reassessed. Spike software would save a lot of money in budget and trials. How Spike combats budget losses. With the software into picture, we will have a fair idea beforehand which drug might be effective and which drug won't be effective. Any drug that passes the bare minimum standard of efficacy will be pushed to trials for phase 1, phase 2, and successively phase 3 trials. Or if a drug does not have the if a drug does not match the minimum criteria for effectiveness, it will be reassessed and worked upon before being pushed to trials. A lot of money that is spent on R&D and budget losses would be saved because of the Spike software. Spike software would change the world, for it is medicine that keeps the world safe and healthy. Thank you.